RPO going. All right, it's time.
Okay. All right.
It begins in 3, 2, 1.
Son, may I shake your hand? You've eaten every leaf vegetable and eaten every bean product within a 10-mile radius of this base.
This is
The morning stream. The morning stream. The morning stream. The morning stream. Morning stream. Morning stream.
Burn in Hell, you little green bastard. This is the Morning Stream.
The morning stream. Morning stream. Morning stream.
Welcome to the program, everybody. It is the morning stream for April 6, 2020. I'm Scott Johnson. Brian Ibbett is also here for the morning stream. Hello, Brian.
I am also in attendance here.
We're doing roll. Are we doing roll?
We're taking roll. Scott Johnson.
When's the last time you did roll where somebody actually called your name and you had to say here or raise your hand
That's
or
a
whatever?
good question.
It was college for me.
Yeah,
I
that's a
think.
really good question because no, it seems like there's something that I did that was more recent than that.
Do your,
It was like some sort of
your trivia
work
things?
thing?
Maybe a trivia thing where they call roll of the trivia thing? No? Maybe?
no, they've never done that. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I
I
did
mean,
it.
I guess there was a tournament we did, a local Denver tournament where they just asked, where teams were or said, all right, our top 5 teams are this. Where are you guys? And
Sure.
they called our team name or something.
I don't think it's happened
guess
to
that
me
kinda
since.
counts.
I think mine was a naked person was on a stage and it was a life drawing class in college. I think that was the last
Oh,
time.
nice.
Yeah.
Great.
They did a verbal.
And how did they say here?
They-
Did they raise their hand or?
I think it's a lady, so she raised her nipples.
Pointed her nipples skyward.
That's right. I'm here.
It's a Monday. Welcome to Monday, everybody.
It is Monday. Welcome, everybody. I hope you're doing okay. Temperatures are being kind of nice right now. It's kind of cool,
Oh God, yeah.
but still kind of warming up, which means, I got to turn this on. Hold on.
That's right.
It's a little cold for no.
I heard little rain came down in Salt Lake City.
It did. Oh, hey, by the way, when you have a space heater
Yeah.
and you need to move it, and you forget that it's the kind that if you move it in a certain way, it will freak out at you. Just know that, because when it was dead quiet last night and I was just cleaning things up and shutting everything down before bed, it made this sound. Utter silence in the room. Here's the sound it made. So don't do that.
It sounds like your laundry's dry. That's the kind of sound
Exactly.
a dryer makes.
Anyway.
Crazy. Okay, so that's just to kind of let you know that I've fallen on my side and I'm going to set fire to your house.
That's basically it, yeah. And you can't
Yeah.
even budge it from its flat position or else it will do that noise. All you got to do is go.
Wow.
Barely move it.
It's like more sensitive than the tilt switch on a Space Invaders pinball machine.
Exactly. So here's what I'm thinking. When people get answers wrong in Battle Royale, I'll go like that instead.
I like that. Yeah, that's good.
It's my new soundboard over there.
That's nice and quick too.
Yeah.
That's-
Just grab it and move it. To answer your question, yes, we did get some rain, and it was light and no big deal, but enough to be lame. I want sunny skies. I want 60 plus degrees. I want clear, beautiful skies with clouds in them. A little bit of clouds, just the white ones, not ones full of rain. And I want that's right. I'm racist when it comes to clouds. I only want white ones, okay? Only white clouds in my racist world.
Wow. Okay.
What else? I want it to be good enough. I want a slight breeze. I want birds chirping. These are the things I want during the pandemic, okay? I don't think that's too much to ask.
Not at all. I mean, I feel like that's what you're asking is kind of what we all want.
Yeah, I think so. Big happy
it
birthday to
helps.
my daughter, by the way. Big
Yay,
happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Taylor.
Yeah, she had a
That's a tough one, right? Like to have that going on during all this. Have her birthday going on during all this.
Very true, but the nice thing is we live in a time where online everybody can go nuts and give you all kinds of birthday wishes. Plus, we went out there, drove out there in the car, and prepared her here in the house a big basket full of things she loves, and then drove it out there and surprised her with it on the doorstep. And then we rang the doorbell and then ran 15 feet back, and she answered the door, and she had no idea we were coming over.
Aw.
Yeah, so that was sweet. She's a good kid, and I'm proud of her. And happy birthday to her. Also,
Nice.
during all of this, I want to give big ups to Nicole Spagnuolo. You may have heard of her, Brian.
I have heard of her. Yes.
All right, you're
Yes.
familiar with her work? Okay.
Very familiar with the work of a Nicole Spagnuolo. I won't say that we saw her this weekend, but we did see the front of her house.
Oh, did you get
And
bread? You got some starters?
Yeah, went and got some sourdough starter, and so now it's like I have another mouth to feed in this house, basically.
You have to take
Right?
care of it. It's like a Tamagotchi. You got to take care of it.
Oh my God, I know. It's like, all right, go and collect all the eggs, and all right, now go and visit all of the shops and deposit the eggs. It's like basically, it's like a new video game that I'm playing called Feed the bacteria growing in a jar.
Yeah, feed the starch. I did. We did the same thing, but I put it in my armpit because I thought that's what you were supposed to do, and it died. So
Yeah. Oh.
yeah, it didn't
The
work out.
Tamagotchi or a sourdough starter?
Sourdough starter, but the Tamagotchi, not a bad idea. Not a bad idea. Anyway, so we did that, and it was great. And then Nicole, because she recommended that I'm Not Okay With This show on Netflix, Kim and I were like, you know what? It's a Sunday. Let's rip through something.
Yeah.
Because it's not that long. Every episode's like 24 minutes. It's short. The season's 8 episodes or something. So we knew we could get through it quick. Man, that is awesome.
Really?
It is so
Okay.
good, and she had a hard time explaining why it was so unique, and I'm going to have a hard time too. But it's basically like take a little John Hughes. Actually, take a lot of John Hughes. Okay. Like, these are very reminiscent of John Hughes movies. Take music, even though it's set current with, like, cell phones and stuff,
Yeah.
it feels like it's set square in the decade you and I grew up. It's like 1985 all up in this place. It just feels like it. Even though it isn't, it just feels like it. And the music they use is all from the 80s. There's a school dance where every song is 80s music. Every time you go away.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Okay.
And then it's mixed with this supernatural element where this girl's starting to get powers. I guess it's based on a comic. I haven't read it, but it is so good, Brian. It's so
That's
good.
cool. All right, I'm putting it. I just put it on the list because Tina and I we've been zipping through everything, and it's funny because I was just looking at my list of. I keep a list in my Apple Notes so that it's on my phone, on my iPad, on my computer, etc.
Yeah.
Of what we need to watch, and once we've watched something, if it's something that I'm going to use for recommendals, I have a second, like a section at the bottom of that list that I move it from we need to watch this to I need to talk about this on recommendals. And I've got 5 things on my list to talk about for recommendals. So I might actually throw one out right now.
Okay.
As a quick recommendal. And actually now is a good time for me to say this because this is kind of a limited time situation.
Oh, good. That's good to know.
Right now, if you've got Apple, access to Apple, if you've got an Apple TV, it's really good. But I think even if you've got a computer and you can watch it on there, for 99 cents, you can rent The Lighthouse, which is the Willem Dafoe and Pattinson,
Robert
Pattinson joint. It's a black and white film.
Yeah, it's the one last year everyone was yelling about, but didn't get any kind of Oscar buzz, and so we couldn't.
Did not get any Oscar buzz for whatever reason, and it's a very interesting movie, and it is basically, major spoilers. It is perfect description. The Lighthouse is all kinds of weird. It is a psychological thriller that deals with being trapped in a. Basically, it's like a couple guys who are doing social distancing and can't leave the house, except they're in a lighthouse and they can't leave the lighthouse because it's miles and miles and miles of water.
Sure.
But it is it's 2 guys kind of going crazy within a lighthouse, or one guy kind of going crazy in the lighthouse, as he works there to keep the lighthouse going, keep the lights spinning.
For a hot second, it sounded like you said one guy going crazy in the White House, which is not all that unusual.
That's our current reality show, Scott.
Yeah, that sounds about right. That's exactly right. I see that it's available on Apple, but also on Amazon, on YouTube, on Google Play, Vudu, Microsoft Store. Even Fling has it. They all have it for 99 cents.
Oh, everybody has for 99 cents. Okay, good. Then no matter what service you have, that's a really good.
That's crazy.
You could spend 99 cents on a lot worse things right now, people.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna go do this today. I'm gonna rent this today.
It's for about a week. Apple's saying it's a week-long 99-cent rental. I guess they have these every week. Like, this week's a 99-cent special, and so cool.
I'm comparing it to the Amazon one just to make sure.
It is. I'll tell you this. It is I had to put. You know how you're watching a movie, but maybe you have your iPad in your lap and you're, playing a game or collecting crap in Animal Crossing while you're watching a movie or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
This is one where you're probably going to put the iPad or the Switch down for a little bit to watch it because there's so much going on.
Oh yeah, I'll definitely pay attention.
The acting is the best part of it. I mean, Willem Dafoe is so freaking amazing in this.
That's great. So are they basically quarantined together? Is that kind of the idea?
Yeah, kind of basically. This is like it's kind of a a representation of life right now with your significant other.
Oh, speaking of which, if your significant other is a can of expired cream corn, I put up a new Fred and Can today, and it is all about being stuck together for too long. So if you're into it, go check it out. That's at fredandcan.com, fredandcan.com, or I put it on Twitter and Instagram and everything else.
Yeah, weird parallels between Fred and Can and the Lighthouse, I'll just say.
Oh, really? At some point, Willem Dafoe picks up Footface and says, "What's your expiration date?" and looks at his bum.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. Yes.
Great. That's amazing. I got a quick question on the website from Anon, which is anonymous. He says, "Hey, how do you guys feel about getting packages of goodies sent to you during this time? I got lots of stuff to send, but I don't want to get you sick via the mail." Okay, so we have some studies on how long does the virus last on cardboard, on paper, on plastic, that sort of stuff. Mm-hmm. If it were to get on a cardboard box, say from Amazon or something, it only has somewhere between 9 and 24 hours, and it can't live anything longer than that.
Right.
You still do lots of tricky stuff on the other end, where if somebody sends you a box, no matter what, whether it's even if it's been 100 hours, you still throw the box away immediately, wash your hands, excruciatingly, wipe stuff down that's plastic and that sort of thing.
Right.
You do all that anyway. But I'm not worried. Well, actually, I don't know if our P.O. box place is even open. I assume they are. They're probably an essential service, right?
They would almost for sure would be essential service. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it's okay. I mean, does stuff still go directly to you? Is that the address we're using right now?
I don't have a P.O. box right now because the one I was thinking about getting, it's so dang expensive.
I know it's
like I don't realize how good I had it with Mail Nazi.
You traded good savings for a psycho.
I kind of did, exactly. But so what we're doing with boxes now, and even groceries, is we switched to using the store's bags, which is kind of funny. No, bring in your own bags. It's helping the environment. Wait, leave your bags at home. Use our plastic bags. Whatever you do, use our plastic bags. Is the talk now? But when we get a package, we open the box while we have the black plastic gloves that I have, or the nitrile gloves that I have for my 3D printer.
Oh, right.
And we basically have a set that we keep up front by the door. We put them on, we open the box on the doorstep, we take our gloves out, take the contents of the box out, and leave the box on our doorstep, like that photo of Larry David that I sent you during after film sec on Saturday morning.
Nice. I like it. So you leave your boxes right out there. You don't even bring them in.
We don't even bring them in, and then a day later we'll go take them to the recycling, move them to the recycling bin, unless a porch pirate decides he's going, "Oh, there's an Amazon box on the doorstep. I'll take that." But it hasn't happened yet.
Have you ever had that happen? Anybody ever steal a Amazon?
No, I've never had a porch pirate situation.
And you've never seen somebody on this camera where you're like, that guy's looking pretty shifty. I better go up there and poke my head out or something.
There have been people that have driven by very slowly. Mm-hmm. But I don't know if they're porch pirates or just adoring fans who somehow found my address and wanted to see where the magic happens.
Nice.
Hoping that they can maybe catch a glimpse of what happens in Ibbot's house on a Saturday night.
See if all those rumors are true. I see.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I expect.
So I would say, look, if you're on the website and you see our two addresses and you have something you just feel like you got to do, then go ahead. But don't feel any additional pressure to do it if things are hard to do. Don't worry about it.
One of the greatest things I've gotten right here, Spider-Man mask.
So did you wear that biking? Because I know you've been biking with a mask on.
I did not wear that one because it cuts down on a lot of my peripheral vision, unfortunately. I don't know how Peter Parker does it. It must be some sort of spider sense or something.
Sure.
But no, I had actually what I had was a Survivor buff. When I was in Vegas years ago, they have that CBS store in the MGM Grand, which sells all the like SpongeBob and Big Bang Theory and all this stuff. And they had Survivor buffs for like $3. I'm like, oh, I'll buy a Survivor buff. Perfect.
Doesn't mean it just says Survivor buff on it, like you're a fan. Is that
No,
the idea?
no. It's so a buff is this stretchy cloth tube, basically.
Okay.
And so they have these every season for the teams to identify who's on which team as far as their colors. They're different colors for each.
Okay, so it's a
But then
thing
you can also
in there.
buy your own.
I never watched that show now, but I know what you're talking about just from having seen bits and pieces. Okay.
Right, and so it's the cloth thing that they can kind of pull up, and the skinny players actually wear them as shirts or tube tops,
Ugh.
and the really buff players wear them as like bicep protectors.
Nice.
I'm somewhere in the middle. I put it around my neck, and then I just pull it up over the lower half of my face as I'm riding. And I went on a 12-mile ride yesterday, and I saw probably good 250, 300 people, pedestrians and cyclists out on the path.
Yeah.
5 people, including me. No, I'm sorry, 6 people, including me, wearing masks.
Well, everybody here in the West, the east of California, but west of the Mississippi, we all think we got it going on. Everything's fine.
Exactly. Oh, we're outdoors. The wind, the air is fine. There's a lot of space, and the virus can't travel in the air and stuff like that.
That's
So
what they're telling themselves.
That's what they're telling
I'm glad
themselves.
you did. That's cool. You should do that.
yeah,
That's good.
and it's not really. And again, I saw people kind of looking at me like, why is he wearing a mask? There's people saying
Really?
that doesn't protect you from getting it. No, it doesn't protect you from getting it, but it does protect you from spreading it if you have it. That's the whole point. You
Right.
wear it not to protect yourself,
Right.
but because you can go days and days and days without having symptoms. Who knows? That Postmates guy who dropped off my Chipotle might have had it. I don't know I've got it, and I won't know I've got it for a few days, but I won't spread it around any of the other people on the path for the next few days.
That's true, but you also have to imagine. Let's say somebody with it, unmasked, is in a place that you are, and they suddenly just sneeze in your direction. You'd rather have the mask on than off, wouldn't
Won't
you?
matter, because if one of those droplets lands on your arm, that's you get it that way. Like the distribution method is largely out of the nose and mouth. The receptive method is anywhere you've got skin.
Wait a minute, is that true? Because I heard it.
Yeah.
Then why are we bothering washing our hands then? Why do we do that? Because
the soap breaks down the corona. That's the thing you touch things with the most is your hands. So you got to keep those washed.
Right, but if you get a droplet on your arm,
yeah,
you're not just screwed. You can go wash your arm, wash your hands, right?
I mean, you could wash any part of exposed skin and really cut down the possibility you're going to get it. But arm, anywhere you've got exposed skin, if a droplet lands on there, the fat molecule attaches to your right onto your skin, and then the virus goes into your body that way.
Wonderful.
But
That's wonderful.
But it only really comes out
Yeah.
via your nose and mouth. So that's why you wear the mask, is to prevent it. Like if you've got it, the mask over the nose and mouth cut down about 80% of that. At least that's what the fine folks at MIT are the ones who came out with this study that the
I trust them.
CDC is looking at.
I like those guys. Yeah. So, all right. But I guess what I mean is, let's say they cough and a droplet hits you right in the mask. That's better. That's okay. I mean, it's better that you're wearing the
Wait,
mask.
somebody else sneezes on me?
Yeah,
and hits
someone
hits me in the
sneezes
nose?
on, you're wearing a mask. He
No.
sneezes on you and it hits your
No,
mask.
Maybe, yeah, if it's like one of those N95 deals, but no, it's no, if it lands on my Survivor buff, no, I'm screwed. I've got it.
But I don't know
It'll
if I
go
agree
right-
with that,
it'll go
because
right through.
it's gonna,
Because
it's gonna, if you've got like a 2-layer Survivor mask on,
yeah.
you have a better chance of it not getting to you than you do if you're wearing that and if you
If
don't.
I'm wearing nothing,
yeah, if
sure.
you're wearing nothing. That's all I'm saying.
Right, probably like about 10%, 20%.
Yeah.
It's not that big a deal. But again, if it doesn't, if they're sneezing at me and some lands on my mask, chances are some is going to land on my forehead or on my arm or somewhere else. It's,
So it's like aliens. It's like alien spit. It just burns right through your skin.
Exactly. We are the hull of the Nostromo, and the virus is the xenomorph blood just sizzling right through it.
I can hear the tapping going on of people typing their emails about how much misinformation we're spreading today. So if
go look at the MIT study. That's where I'm getting this, and it's.
Oh, I don't mean you. I mean me.
I know. Yeah.
Although Lon,
comparing it to the alien, yeah.
Yeah. Although Lon in the chat says that he says doesn't penetrate skin. You transfer it to your mucous membranes. What? Maybe you have. I don't know how that works. See, I shouldn't.
Yeah, I think it does penetrate. Okay, well, if that's the case, I mean, I'd like that. Again, the MIT study said no. If somebody sneezes on your arm, it's entering your body that way.
Ugh, that's horrifying. I don't like that at all.
Yes.
All right. Well, don't touch your junk is the lesson we've learned today. No, I don't. That's not the lesson. You know what? Don't touch your junk anyway. That's just good.
Tina's been making masks all weekend. Now that we got some from Nicole.
Yeah.
And Tina's like, oh yeah, okay, this inspires me to make some more masks. And she's making masks out of T-shirts and things like that. It's not N95 certified or anything like that because those have to go to hospitals and first responders and things like that.
Right.
But it's a great use for my old concert T-shirt. So I now have a mask that's got the ELO spaceship on it that I can put over my face. It's awesome.
Wow.
I'll just show that on the show later. Yeah.
Well, what's great is we've got the chat arguing for the rest of the show now about how you get the virus. So enjoy, chat room. I'm glad you got this little bit of fodder to jump through and go back and forth on. And some are saying skin, others are saying not. So fight it out. Let's see it. Blood match. Blood match in the chat. Go, go, go. All right. Luke Sightwalker informs us he has mucous membranes on his armpits. Tasty. All right.
Delish.
Yeah, delish is right. All right. What else we got? Oh, that's it. We're going to call Dunaway. That's what we got.
Yeah.
Let's have some fun. Let's do that. Hold on. There he is. Oh, I see his name. He shows online and everything. Get those phones ready, you guys. 801-471-0462. That's the number to call if you want to participate in today's good times. We'll be answering that phone in a second. Before that, though, we're going to play this music and welcome our friend. Joining us all the way from far-flung South Carolina, we have our good friend, Mr. Brian Dunaway, with us. Hello, Brian.
Oh, hi, Scott and Brian.
Oh, hi.
Hello.
How are you?
Far-flung Carolina.
Far-flung. How's life? Y'all ready to, I don't know, do whatever you do today? What are you doing today? Everything okay?
What are you doing today? Well, I live in South Carolina, so we're just going to do like this every other day because we're unique.
Uh-huh.
Is
yeah.
what our governor says.
That's what the governor says. Yep.
Sweet.
Yeah. Y'all need to vote better next year. Anyway, hey, look at this. It's not as bad as that weird lady that's been all over TV who was like in her car on her way home from some church service, and there was like 1,000 of them there, and she says, I'm not going to get sick. I'm covered in the blood of Jesus. I'm covered in the blood of Jesus. She kept saying. And the guy says, well, aren't you afraid you're going to give it to others in the church? No, we're all covered in the blood of Jesus. And I go shopping every day. I'm at Walmart and everything. Are you afraid you'll be giving it to somebody else? No, because I'm covered in the blood of Jesus. And I said, oh, that's interesting. And then I noticed in the video interview, she's in her car where is this happening? She's wearing a seatbelt. Does the blood of Jesus not cover the seatbelt protection? Can you not wear that and just drive anywhere you want? The blood of Jesus doesn't work on that. Why do you need your seatbelt? All right.
These are trying times for all men's souls.
They truly are.
What I've been doing is I'll go to an 11, and then I'll say, okay, Brian, take it down to a 5.
Take it down to a 5, yeah. I've hit a few 11s this week, last week. Anyway, I think
we all have.
Let's welcome let's welcome a listener to the show. They've been waiting nice and patiently. Hi, good morning. Who's this?
Hey, it's Alexander from Florida.
Well, hello, Alexander from Florida. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. Did I say the name right? What's the name one more time?
Alexander from Florida.
Alexandra.
Yeah, okay. It is
Nailed it.
Alexander.
Durr. Okay, Durr. How old are you?
12. Remember I called in?
That's right. You're the smart Alexander from all those months ago. That's awesome. He was
as opposed to all those dumb Alexanders.
Well,
out there.
Every week.
The last time we talked to him, he was 11, I think. So look at us, moving up in the world. 12 years old.
Yeah.
Are you staying safe down there in Florida?
Yes.
All right, good. That's good. Good to hear. New generation got our backs. Okay, well, you're going to play a game. You probably know how it works, but Brian's going to explain it anyway and tell you what you could win, Brian Ibbett.
That's right. I am contractually obligated to read this. I'm going to give Scott and Brian a topic. They're going to go back and forth giving me answers that fit that topic. If one of them gives a wrong answer, a repeated answer, or they take too long to come up with an answer, the win is going to go to the other player. Alex, your job is to predict who's going to come out on top based on the topic. Alexander. I know some people like to have
Oh my gosh.
prefer their full name. Today you are playing for a couple of Steam games courtesy of Wesley Brom. Again, big thanks to Wesley for all his support. This is some cool stuff. Mega Man 11 and Strider.
Ooh.
No slouches there whatsoever. Two fantastic games
Yeah.
that are part of today's prize package.
Nice.
It'll keep you busy during this stay-at-home order.
Yeah.
So anyway.
Trying to frost that cake the best you can, aren't
Exactly.
you, Coverville?
Doing my best, man. But before they can start, I need to give them a topic. Topic today comes to us from Katavari. So
Hi.
the anniversary about a month and a half ago, was certain pop singer's right breast becoming the most searched for image on the internet. After being
Also not was in the chorus of that song we talked about the other week, right? But not.
Oh, right. I think so.
Well, we can say it was during Justin Timberlake's "Rock Your Body." Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
That too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a chorus as well.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Nice.
Save the world.
But it came in during. Oh, right. The right. She was in the "We Are the World." Yep, exactly.
I'm glad we have a
since-
12-year-old on when we're talking about boobs. Go ahead.
I know
Continue on.
exactly. I almost switched things up. It's like, oh, well, maybe I'll put it in.
No. It's another, another
since-
boob question. Oh.
Since that year, there have been 45 different musical performers or groups who played the Super Bowl halftime show.
Okay.
How many of those can you name? So these are Super Bowl performers, halftime performers, not necessarily even just the headliner, but the people that they bring out as kind of co-hosts and things like that. So,
Ooh, that does get complicated.
all right, Alexander, now that you've heard the category, who do you think is going to win this one, and who do you want to go first?
I'm gonna say Scott to win and Brian to start.
All right. I like this.
All right.
All right, buddy. Let's do this, Brian.
All right, so I can name the headliner and leave out their cohort, or do I need to name both?
No. You can name either the headliner or a cohort,
Okay.
and that counts. So
Okay.
All right. That's good
Yep.
to know.
All right. And let me one more time, just make sure. Okay, you said since that time the
you could actually
things
even
that
do that. That one looks like it's actually on that list. So
so you can actually use that one.
you can use that one. Yeah, if you want.
I don't want to do that.
Okay.
wanna
I
do
imagine at
this
some point
year's.
one of you will.
Right? I want to use this year's. I want to
Okay.
use right Shakira.
Shakira. Very good. February 2nd, 2020, Super Bowl 54.
Hips do
Yep.
not lie.
Or whatever she did.
That's
Okay.
right, exactly.
All right. I'm gonna weirdly have a memory of 2000. Is it okay to say that one? It's fine,
No.
right? Because it's Super Bowl.
I wouldn't recommend it because it was before 2004.
Right.
Oh, you said 04 and forward because that's the whole
You can-
boob part.
Since-
Let him do it.
Since Nipplegate.
Oh, I'm glad I said
again,
that,
sorry,
dude.
Alexander. Cover your ears.
Well,
Like
This-
Alexander doesn't know that there's nipples that exist.
this
Come
is
on.
not
that's true.
This is not an answer. This is just a fun fact. But I just remember Phil Collins did that year, so that's the reason I was going to
Okay.
bring that up. But I
Oh.
won't bring that up now.
Great.
All right.
Super cool. Very
I
cool.
remember Bruno Mars coming out there, and they had a chili pepper or two that day. I think.
Okay, so you're going to say Bruno Mars?
Yeah, I'll say Bruno Mars.
Okay. Remember, you just need to give me one. You don't need to
Just-
give me
just
the
no,
cohorts
just-
because
No,
cohorts
him and
count
Han.
as another guess.
Right.
Bruno Mars, Super Bowl 48, February 2nd, 2014.
Gave you some fruit there, Brian. What do you want? You want to take it? You want to take my fruit?
I'm not touching your dang fruit. Okay, I'm gonna go with Jennifer Lopez. Why not?
J-Lo, also February 2nd, 2020, Super Bowl 54.
I have a system.
Red Hot Chili Peppers, 2014.
There you go. Also, Super Bowl 48, Red Hot Chili Peppers. Taken.
Okay.
Taken.
Taken.
Well, they let Justin Timberlake come back. I think I remember that.
They certainly did. So he's a twofer.
Right, twofer.
a twofer, Super Bowl 52, February 4th, 2018, and of course the original Super Bowl 38, February 1st, 2004.
But I don't remember Janet Jackson coming back. But okay.
I don't think she did. Maybe. All right. I don't remember the year. It doesn't matter. Let's do I'm thinking of the Sharks. So let's say Katy Perry.
Yeah.
Katy Perry.
Katy Perry.
The Sharks.
2015. So 1 year after the Bruno Mars Red Hot Chili Pepper thing, you had your Katy Perry, February 1st, 2015. Super Bowl 49.
That's the year. That would have been the year right before, a few months before Mad Max Fury Road premiered.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically. Oh, that's wonderful. Whatever.
great.
Lady
Now I need to
Gaga.
adjust. Now I need to adjust the how many days since a Mad Max Fury
Right.
Road mentioned counterboard.
Yeah.
We're gonna go with Lady Gaga and her high flying Fanutin.
Lady Gaga,
Gaga.
February 5th, 2017, Super Bowl 51.
All right. Oh, geez. Okay, The Who. The Who.
Who?
The Who, February 7th, 2010, Super Bowl 44 was the
I actually
Who.
do not remember that.
Oh, I do, because you got to see what's his name's belly.
Really?
What was that? Because I was
Let
about to
Scott-
laugh.
Let Scott regale you as
Right.
as to how he remembers the Who.
I only
I was
remember
about to
it.
laugh. I'm like,
I
so
can't.
stupid.
What's his name again? I forgot his name.
Pete Townsend.
Pete Townsend was. They had a camera right underneath him, and he was like jerking around with his guitar, his bass, or whatever. And his shirt went whoop, and all you got was this giant freaking belly shot of 60-plus-year-old freaking Pete Townsend. It grossed me out.
Great.
What grossed
Didn't he
Scott
want to
out?
put his?
That was it.
Didn't he want to put the whammy bar through his hand that time? Didn't he do that? Wasn't that?
No, wait.
Who was that?
I don't know who that is.
The
Who
whammy
did
bar?
Yeah.
Peter Frampton, or I guess those are
No,
whammy
I remember
bars.
somebody was doing some windmills. They were like going.
Well, that's his deal. He does the windmills, but
Yeah.
it's more. It's like a strum, like a
Right.
power chord strum thing.
Right. Beyonce.
Pinball wizard.
Beyonce, Super Bowl 47, February 3rd, 2013.
All right, I remember the Rolling Stones at one point.
They did Super Bowl 40, February 5th, 2006.
Man, Scott's all naming these. They really must have went. I forgot for a couple years after that. They really went conservative,
classic
didn't they?
rock. Yeah,
they
totally
did go classic. I forgot about that because every time Scott says one, I was like, he's so stupid.
He's so dumb.
Oh, I
it's
forgot,
only
by the way,
Pop-Tarts.
Bruno Mars was also a double. You mentioned Bruno Mars.
Yeah, it was him and
Super Bowl
the.
50.
Yeah, it was. Then I said the other one, didn't I? The Chili Peppers. They were there with him, right?
No, yeah, he was. You mentioned that one, but he
No.
was also Super Bowl 52 years later
Oh,
as a guest of another performer, February 7th, and Beyonce was that same year. So
got it.
Beyonce and Bruno Mars, a couple more doubles that I'm taking off the board right now.
Gotcha.
Excellent.
I don't remember that, but all right.
Missy Elliott.
Missy Elliott,
I just knew she was going to do something wrong.
she came out with Katy Perry as part of that whole Left Shark business, and she got her freak on. She slap it down, flip it, and reverse it. I think is what she did. Also,
That's right.
I don't know if she
That's
did.
what she does.
but She promised to, and
That's what she does.
she delivered.
All right. Oh, the name.
No, we need names.
Yeah,
Oh, wait.
need a name.
Paul McCartney. Paul McCartney.
Paul McCartney, yes. Super Bowl 39, February 6th, 2005. The name, Paul McCartney.
Okay, so now I'm getting confused.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Already? You're already getting
Because
confused?
because Scott was throwing me off with all that other crap.
Sorry.
Oh wait, you know what? I'm near the end. I'm gonna go with Janet Jackson because we never said her.
Never said her, so might as well, right? Let's get her on
Right.
board. Janet Jackson, Super Bowl 38, started the whole situation going on with that.
The situation.
We won't
Was the
mention
situation
because because Alexander is 12. Right?
Yeah, he's 12.
Again.
All right.
Come on, quit trying to bring it up. Quit trying to bring it up, Ryan.
Free falling. Tom Petty and the Heart, and I don't know if the Heartbreakers are there, but Tom Petty.
Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers were there. Super Bowl 42, February 3rd, 2008.
Oh wait.
Good.
All right.
08.
Oh, great.
Rest in peace. He was great.
Oh, great. Okay, then. This is where I start to hem and haw a little bit.
Okay.
I am cooperating. Wait.
All right. Man, I just feel like I would have just went for U2 there after all that hubbub, and I just don't know. I don't remember it exactly, but I do remember U2 was doing a new album around that time, and everybody was putting it on her iPods, and there was a bunch of hubba lubba lubba.
All that you can't leave behind.
I'm going to
Is that your
say
answer?
U2. Yeah.
Sure. Good. All right. Good. Scott wins. U2 Super Bowl halftime
Sweet.
show.
Wait, let me get my buzz from this. Well, there we go.
It's 2002. It was right after it was the first one after 9/11. So they did they're showing the names of all the people that died in the
That's
Twin
right.
Towers, or actually all the people. That
I
died.
remember the performance. I just didn't remember when
Yep.
it was.
I remember one more. Can I tell you what I thought it was?
Sure,
Because
sure.
I'm sure this happened. It's vivid in my memory. So Prince was one.
Of course, Prince was one.
Okay.
Yeah, Super Bowl 41.
I didn't think of that.
Played his guitar, and the silhouette looked like something else was going on there.
That's right.
Yeah.
It sure did. I remember that.
That's right. Here's everybody else.
okay.
Or you have one more you
No,
want to
no,
throw
go
out?
ahead, go ahead. I think that's all I had.
All right. So all of the Super Bowl 38 folks, along with Justin Timberlake and Janet Jackson, that year also had Jessica Simpson, Kid Rock, Nelly, and P. Diddy.
Oh, jeez.
It was a big
Super Bowl
production.
43 had Bruce Springsteen and the E Street Band. Super Bowl 45 had the Black Eyed Peas / Usher, CeeLo Green, Cirque du Soleil, LMFAO, MIA, Madonna, Nicki Minaj, and Andy Lewis all the next year in Super Bowl 46.
How does CeeLo still manage today?
How does he indeed? Along with Katy Perry and Missy Elliott, you also had Lenny Kravitz that same year. Coldplay was the group that brought on Mark Ronson, Gustavo Dudamel, and Bruno Mars in Super Bowl 50.
Right.
And then Super Bowl 53 had your Maroon 5,
Oh, those guys.
Right.
Big Boy Travis Scott.
I forgot
and
about the shirtless Maroon 5 tattoo
Yeah,
waltz that he did through the whole thing.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
And
blocked it.
And then Super Bowl 54, in addition to J-Lo and Shakira, you also had your Bad Bunny, your Emmy Muniz, and your Jay Blavin, if you can
Oh.
remember all those
Well,
fine folks.
they're going the way of LMFAO, is my guess, or whatever their names are.
Yep.
All right. First of all, how many of these bands, Alexander, have you heard of? How many of these bands have you heard of before?
All of them.
Or these performers?
I've heard of Bruno Mars, the Black Eyed Peas, and Prince. So that's it.
All right, man.
Perfect.
That's all right.
And that's all you need
That's
to
all
know.
you need to know. Very good.
Yes.
Very good indeed. That means you won. Oh, I gotta play this.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
Couldn't have gone to a nicer kid. You'll be getting these codes via email from Brian. All you gotta do is email him, coverville@gmail.com, and he'll hook you up, and you'll have a couple more awesome games to play while you are trapped at home. Does that sound good?
Yes.
All right,
Thank
man.
you.
You betcha. Have a good one and be safe. We'll see you
Be
later.
safe.
I like that kid.
Oh, yeah.
We need
Smart kid.
more Alexanders in this world. All right. Well done, everybody. Brian, it was a good fight. You fought the good fight. Good job. You and I later today, 3:30 Mountain Time, the Boop Show will be happening, and I've got a couple of games to talk about that are super weird. So in between many hours spent in Animal Crossing, I was able to get a couple of indies in, and I know Brian's had some time
I
as
played
well.
a game called Momodora.
Oh my lord! I can't
Stop
wait
that.
to hear.
Momo Dora.
Can't wait to hear about it. That's 3:30 Mountain Time right here at frogpants.tv. Brian Dunaway. Kiss our butts.
Scott Johnson.
Yeah. Bye.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to issue not really a correction, but okay, maybe maybe I misunderstood, but Essential Tremor really wants me to do some Googling during TMS today. I'm not going to do that because you got to really do the show, got to focus on the show, man. Thanks,
Yeah.
though. But I posted the link to the MIT article. I don't know, this is the one that recommends the masks. So if you want to check it out, I think it has the stuff about contracting it through the skin. And if I'm mistaken about that, I apologize. Get your information from the CDC or the WHO or whoever. Maybe we should not be your one-stop shop for medical information. I don't know, but that's the reasons that I thought I heard on the news this weekend about why the reason you're wearing a mask.
Yeah, because the reason it throws me off, only reason it throws me off, is if it's on your hands, or let's say it's on
Exactly.
it got on your wrist. Let's say it's on the top of your wrist.
Yes.
If that means you've automatically got it, well, then there's no point in washing your hands, or there's no additional point in washing your hands. If you can wash your hands and kill the virus, well, then you didn't get it. So that part I don't understand. So I got to go read it and figure it out.
Exactly.
Don't. We're not your
Look
source,
back
you
at
guys.
The MIT link that I posted earlier is the one that I found that talks about why you're wearing a mask, and that's where I thought I saw in the news that that's how you can, a new way they figured out you can contract it. Maybe it's you get it on your skin and then you touch your face with your skin, your arm or something.
Yeah. But we're here just to have some fun and not inform you in any meaningful way. That's not what we do.
Exactly.
Yeah, we'll do our best. All right, we're going to do...
Okay. All right, Essential Tremor.
Does that work for you, Essential Tremor? Was that essential information for Essential Tremor?
There you go, exactly.
All right, we are going to do this very fast.
I don't watch the news.
It's the news brought to you by...
Hey, do you find poetry boring and mundane?
Yes.
Check out, I don't know how it's Digi. There you go. It's Digi's Inspirations, poetry that tantalizes the senses and leaves you begging for more. Erotic poetry, love poems, or sweet art of womanhood. Go to digisinspirations.com to check out her exciting book info and links. That's DEGES inspirations.com. That's Digi's Inspirations. Go check it out.
Nice. All right, we got a quick story here. Maybe two. We'll see how this goes. Baby chickens have sold out. Now you might say to yourself, oh, we shouldn't be eating all the baby chickens. What's that about?
People are hoarding the baby chickens in case they run out of toilet paper.
Yeah, you don't want that. But no, it turns out for a whole nother reason. Baby chickens have sold out nationwide ahead of Easter as Americans panic buy feathery friends for comfort. I don't know if this is a good idea. It was never a good idea, actually, to buy all those little chickens.
It's a weird thing for people all of a sudden to decide that is what they need for comfort.
Right. Like, well, okay, I'll say this. I know people who every year buy a bunch of baby chicks for their kids, but the chickens end up dying, or
what do they do with the?
They just have them on chicks. Easter morning. It's like, hey, look at all the little baby chicks peeping around the house.
And then what do they do the next day? Like take them back to
that? I don't.
Billy's Farm and Feed, or what's?
I worry.
Are they just renting the chicks, or are they?
I worry the answer is not what I want to know. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like I don't know if these things die after the kids handle them too much over the week. Do the I'd like to. Some people do this with rabbits. They'll bring rabbits to the to the morning of whatever, and then nobody can take care of the rabbits, so they end up euthanizing them or give them away or whatever. Like they shouldn't.
Free.
Yeah,
free rabbits.
Free rabbit. This is where you belong. That's kind of sucks. Don't do this. Don't buy that stuff.
Yes.
Give them a little fake fuzzy one that's not real, and they'll be fine.
It's a weird comfort. It's a weird comfort animal to have.
Yeah, it's very weird. It says sales of baby chickens have soared across the U.S. in what appears to be another example of panic buying amid COVID-19 pandemics. While weeks leading up to Easter are usually a busy time for chicken hatcheries, it appears the birds have become increasingly difficult to purchase, according to the New York Times. Quote, people are panic buying chickens like they did toilet paper, says Tom Watkins, vice president of Murray McMurray Hatchery. That's a great name. Murray McMurray.
Murray McMurray. It's like Bodie McBoatface.
Yep.
It's like they had the internet name their hatchery.
That's about right. It says here, Watkins said his company was sold out of the chicks for the next few weeks. According to the report, many feed stores are reporting that they are selling out of baby chicks almost as fast as they can restock them, and long lines have been seen outside Tractor Supply Company stores on mornings when chicks are delivered. Tractor Supply Company stores get chicks, live chicks.
That's really interesting.
Weird.
John Deere and chicks.
Yeah, it's really weird.
I bought my tractor so I could also get chicks.
Hey, you know where I get some chicks? Yeah, down at the tractor place.
I'm going into town to pick up some chicks.
It says, I thought I'd get some chicks before everyone panics and buys them all at once, this lady told the Times. It's just very hopeful watching them grow. Okay, well, if you've got if you got the facilities for it, you're a little family farm, and you can do this, okay, I get it.
Yeah.
But if you're doing this because
what comes after the Easter morning, and aren't they cute? Because the fun doesn't stop on Easter morning with chicks.
No.
You got to keep raising them and keep feeding them, and
they're gonna poop everywhere. You can't keep them in the house permanently. Like, come on now, don't do it.
Dice Tomato says that there are people there wanting to raise chickens so that there's another food source they can get eggs from that, which it's great if you're able to do it. But there's a lot of growth that has to happen before you go from chicks to egg production.
Yeah,
there's probably be longer than our stay-at-home orders and stuff like that.
Well, at least hope so.
Yeah.
One would hope so. All right. Speaking of animals, during this strange time, Goats have taken over empty streets in the seaside town of Great Ormy. I don't know. The names of this is weird, but this, I'll give you the...
Yandudno.
Yeah,
Where is this?
I don't know where this is. This is in
Kashmir.
Is it Kashmir? It's a Kashmiri town? Well, anyway.
Kashmiri town.
I like saying Kashmiri. It's fun. Usually, the wild herd of about 122 Kashmiri goats venture from the Great Ormy into Linado during the bad weather. I know those words aren't right. But town councilor Carlo Marubi believes the lack of people around because of coronavirus has drawn them down.
I like that you nail Marubi, but you say Carlo instead of Carol.
Oh, whoops. It's because the word before it.
I know you're focused on what
was,
comes next. It's like, oh my god, I'm going to be working on Marubi. So Carlo, whatever.
It was looming at me. I was like, oh my gosh, how's this going to go? Yeah, it's literally Carol. No big deal. Anyway,
Carol.
So the idea is you walk into this little seaside town, and suddenly there are just hundreds of goats all over the freaking place.
Sure, because there's no traffic now. There's no.
Yeah. I mean, I just rewatched 28 Days Later the other day, and it's a little like that. That movie is good. You know what? I don't know what's wrong with me, but movies about, because that movie's about a virus that makes everybody rage, the rage virus, you know? I should not want to see those right now. But for whatever reason, I find them cathartic. I find them like weirdly comforting. Is that weird? Why? What is wrong with me?
I don't know. Whatever the reason, you know, some people say I want to go headlong into fiction that dramatizes what's going on. Some people say I want nothing in my shows that references even the word virus. That if there's somebody who sneezes in my movie, I don't want to know about it.
Yeah, my wife is that person who doesn't want to go near it.
The latter.
Yeah. But
we talked about Last Men on Earth having that title card that said 2020, a year after the virus.
Yeah, I hate that.
There was another one when we were looking for the Lighthouse, to rent the Lighthouse. Let me see if I can find it really quick. There was a movie called, and I was just kind of scrolling through movies in the rental situation, and oh my god, there's all these other like better movies that I'm scrolling through before I get to that one. Shoot, where is it? Oh, here we go. It's under recent discoveries. That's right. And it is called, because I wonder if somebody's actually seen this thing. Oh my god, is it Kill Mode?
Kill Mode.
Maybe it's Kill Mode.
I haven't heard of that.
Is this it? Here we go. It's the year 2027. 8 years after the first outbreak of the sickness, a highly contagious, adaptive, and lethal virus.
Wow.
The world is now run by a pharmaceutical corporation called The Company, which distributes a treatment for the virus but charges a high price for it.
But now that one I would probably avoid. Because
Yeah,
that sounds too
that
real.
one you might want to avoid. Not just for the fact that it looks like it's, you know, made on a, well, the budget looks pretty good. But when you don't recognize a single name, stars Ted Neely, Dave Mantell, and Julia Batalon.
You know them. They're great.
And called The Company. Called Kill Mode, if anyone wants to let us know how that one is.
Yeah, let us know. Somebody in the chat says, I expect any day now, Scott, to watch Contagion. I would have if it was streaming somewhere. I'm not going to go buy it, but I would.
Yeah.
I've only seen...
Outbreak is on Netflix. We talked about doing it for Netflix and decided, meh.
Yeah, we're not doing
maybe
that.
hold off.
Because my being fine with it, I know that is not normal. I know that. So we're not going to force that on anybody else. I guess we don't force anything.
I think even 1/4 of our film set crew was like, I don't know if I want to watch that right now.
Yeah, and I see the wisdom in it. All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, major spoilers. Going to spend some time with good old Steven Schleicher over there at Major Spoilers. So that'll be fun. So stick around for that. Before that, though, a musical break from Brian Ibbett.
Yeah, so Love, Fame, Tragedy, great name for a band, just released their second EP called 5 Songs to Briefly Fill the Void. And they have a brand new release that's basically live from SIR in Hollywood, a live session EP of a few tracks. That one comes out in a couple weeks, April 17th. In the meantime, you can fill the void. This is great stuff. It's very...
I ever saw.
Whoa.
You got a heart of gold, son.
I'm afraid of the dark.
This is the morning stream. It's the end of the world, and I feel fine. It's the end of the world as we know
it. Fletcher's such a dork. I love it.
He is. Totally. That was another one that was recorded months ago, right? Like not
like years ago.
years ago, yeah.
Yeah, a long time ago.
One more time, back announce. The band is Love, Fame, Tragedy. The EP is called 5 Songs to Briefly Fill the Void. There's a new EP coming out, live tracks, later this month, but that song is called Multiply. Love, Fame, Tragedy is the band.
Very nice.
Yes, very nice.
You've been very efficient about the following up with the song
notes.
info, yeah.
People remind me in the chat room to do that, so
I think that's great.
It's not necessarily me being... Not necessarily me remembering, it's them reminding me.
I think that's awesome. All right, so now, Steven.
Steven.
Oh, you should sing it every week.
Oh, yeah, okay. Do that.
Maybe not. All right, let's get him in here and play this for him right here.
Steven.
Someone the other day told me that that's not Shakira.
It's Avril Lavigne.
Is it Avril Lavigne?
Avril Lavigne, or no? Was it Kesha? No, not
Kesha. Kadallah Ha.
Is it Kesha? Okay.
I think so.
Ha. Okay.
Yeah, I think that's her. I don't know, Steven. Who do you think it is, Steven?
Some lady singer.
You're dead on, dude. Well,
Kesha is what people are saying.
It is Kesha?
I like Kesha.
Well, what's the song? Is there a whole thing about somebody named Steven? Is that where that came from? I'm not a big Kesha aficionado, so I don't know.
Neither am I. Somebody might be able to tell us. Is the song called Steven? Is it just that after? Oh, it's a stalker song.
A stalker song.
It's mixtape says, yeah.
Well, then perfect.
Perfect. All right, great.
Exactly what we want when we're talking about Steven Schleicher of MajorSpoilers.com fame, all the way from Hays, Kansas. Steven, how you doing?
I'm doing fine. How are you guys today?
Oh,
good.
right.
Steven, let me show you what I got in my hot little hands right here.
What is it? Is it something Spider-Man?
It is not. It is X-Men Powers of X, House of X Powers of 10.
You
the
got it,
hardcover,
huh?
because they didn't have the soft cover, but ordered this from the comic store, which currently is closed. Doesn't have any in-store business, but you can actually go and to their website, order stuff, and they'll ship it to you. So that's exactly what it did.
Very nice.
A very nice thank you letter for supporting comic stores during this time, and I'm about a tenth of the way through this, and I'm already totally digging it.
Loving it.
It's good, eh? Is it?
It's great.
Say
Really good
Powers
story.
of X on it. It's written as X.
House of X, Powers of 10.
Oh, got
but
it.
It's X. It's Powers of X, House of X, but it's apparently House of X, Powers of 10.
All right.
Because stuff happens in 10-year increments in this.
Oh yeah, here it is. They have a different.
Moira McTaggart.
The cover's different, depending on, I guess, which one you get.
Yeah, the hardcover. You're probably looking either at if there's a soft cover edition or looking at one of the issues.
Yeah, this might be
because
it
was two limited series that they combined for this, or 2 concurrent limited series.
Nice. All right. Well, good. Recommendations from Steven are always good. So
for sure.
Recommended. Hey, Steven, let's talk about stuff here. For example, how about this? If I was to ask you, I already know the answer to this, but if I said, how big a fan are you? And especially if I said DC fan, you'd probably go on for hours about how big
a fan
you
I'm
are.
a huge DC fan.
Well, you've got a story about somebody who's, well, not somebody.
Yeah,
but
I don't know if this is a reflection of the stock market tumbling 22% over the last, couple of weeks, or if this is just somebody who's tired of their collection. But Sotheby's, just this last week, announced that they are offering up for sale the complete Ian Levine collection that includes all of the DC comics, like every DC comic published from 1934 to 2014. That includes complete runs of Superman, Batman, Detective Comics, Action Comics, you name it, it's in there from 1934 to 2014.
That's 90 some years of content.
Yes.
That's crazy.
This is an amazing collection. I mean, when you think about not only the first appearance of Batman and Detective Comics number 27, or Superman and Action Comics, or even just Superman and just Justice League, Justice Society, Wonder Woman, Flash, all of the Flashes, all of the Green Lanterns. I mean, it's all in here. And this is really, really exciting. Over 40,000 comics in the collection. This, and again, it's called the Ian Levine or Ian Levine collection because he's the one that curated it, right? He's apparently some music producer out of, where is he, out of Ireland or something like that? Northern, yeah. I want to say he's out of Ireland.
It's Ian Levine. You're talking about Ian Levine. But hold on. Let me ask you this: Is it?
Yeah.
Are they all mint? Like this is all just like.
No,
Okay.
I don't think these. I mean, you're not going to find a mint copy of Action Comics #1 anywhere. So these are going to be in various forms and conditions, but I believe they have all been graded. I saw, if you go over to the Sotheby's website, they have a PDF of the catalog available for download. If anyone has read Paul Levitz's 75 Years of DC Comics, it's a huge 3-volume set that covers the Golden Age, the Silver Age, and the Bronze Age. The 3 books together run about $300.
Jeez.
But all of the covers and all of the interiors that they used for that, my understanding is most of it came from Levine's collection.
Well, take a wild guess. What do you think this thing's going to go for? If you had to guess.
Well, so this is a private sale, so we are not going to know probably what the final result is. But my guess is this is upwards of $10 million or more.
Jeez Louise.
Because when you think about it, even a crummy copy of Action Comics #1 goes for $1 to $2 million. Detective Comics will go for a couple of $1 million. The first Detective Comics will go for, $1 million there. So if you've got every first appearance and you've got an entire collected run that is curated, that's going to increase the price dramatically. So my guess is it starts at 10 million and goes up from there.
Wow.
And this isn't going to be sold off piecemeal either. You want in, you got to buy the whole thing.
Yeah.
It sounds like, is it this guy doing it, Ian Levine, or is it?
No. He actually sold his collection, I want to say in 2011 or 2014. I think, he sold it in 2014 to another private buyer. And now, because the name sticks regardless of who buys it.
Yeah.
So his name is still attached to it, even though he went on Twitter last week and was like, you guys should know that I sold that collection 11 years ago. I don't know why people keep putting my name to it, but because he's the one that curated the whole thing.
No.
It's kind of like if, Mile High Comics got their name because the owner of Mile High, he found the collection, and it's called the Mile High Collection. And so he's been selling that off piece by piece for years.
I didn't know that. That's cool.
Yeah.
I thought
So
it was
this
just
one,
because,
I
hey, we live in
guarantee
Colorado. It's the Mile High state.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. No, this one's
No,
going to
probably because
start
if you
at 10 million.
stacked them all up,
Oh, yeah.
they would reach a mile high.
That's what this sounds like. My gosh. All right. Well, Ian Levine notwithstanding, sounds like somebody's trying to recoup.
Well, and that's why I was curious why somebody suddenly would want to sell all of these comics that are worth a fortune. I mean, $10 million. Again, I don't know what the final sale will be, but it's got to be 10 million plus.
Well, what it could be somebody who took a bath in the recent weeks.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking is that somebody either is getting out of the business completely or is tired of comics, or stock market took a dump and they need to pay their next alimony paycheck or something.
They might just be reading the writing on the wall and saying, now's a really good time for me to try and sell. Well, I can't imagine.
Actually,
that,
no.
Right? Like this would be a horrible time to sell it.
This is the horrible time to sell this collection, which makes me think that it's kind of a rush sale. Although this could have been something that had been planned for months so that they could curate it and get everything together. This wasn't something that somebody called up Sotheby's the other day and said, hey, I want to sell my comic collection. And they're like, oh, okay, well, we automatically have this catalog and we've got websites and press releases to go out. This is probably something that's been going on for a couple of months.
Had to have been, curated, cataloged as far as what all's in there. Because, nobody's going to say, hey, let's go ahead and try and sell this thing while so many people are out of work. Everybody is stuck at home. And...
Wait,
so I think don't know if that will lower the price or not.
Maybe it's all that toilet paper that went away. This guy's thinking, hey, I got to get on this now.
Well, I mean, there's definitely some 90s comics in there, so I'm sure you could use that.
Ooh, editorial comment from Steven Schleicher.
Yeah, a little
and
editorial.
I'm 100% with you on that, by the way.
I am too. You know what I love? I love there's things about the 90s that I love happened. I love that Image happened, and that all of those things kind of got their, happened, and also the technology improved for the printing, and like a big deal you could make about comics in the 90s being a big thing. But the content was kind of shite.
Yeah.
No,
if we run out of toilet paper here in the house, Secret Wars 2 limited series is first thing I'm looking at.
Yeah, you should do
well,
that.
really the problem with the 90s and the reason why a lot of the comics were so poorly done was because it seemed like there was a rush to get as much comics out there as possible because the speculator market had grown up so large that people could just print whatever and people would buy it for this quote unquote collectability factor. Of course, that fell apart. But, one of the big things that people point at as a big downturn for the comic book industry in the 90s was all the variant covers. And if we look at things going on in the industry today, there's a lot of the stuff going on right now in the comic book industry that's reminiscent of the comics of the 90s. And so it wouldn't, and of course now that Diamond is not shipping comics and they're not paying their the comic book publishers right at the moment, who knows what's going to happen to Diamond in a few months. They could go out of business. DC announced that they are looking for other avenues to get comics out, and I think they're seeing the writing on the wall as well. But if let's just say that print comics go away, which they won't, but having this collection in a year from now, that's where you're going to make your big money.
Yeah, I really do think that if somebody's selling it now, they're doing it at a bit of a loss, or at least you could project one. And there must be a reason. Otherwise, why do it now? Like they should hold on to it.
What if it's Dan DiDio selling? What if he's the one that bought this collection?
Could be.
And now that he's fired from DC, he's just done with it and is going to sell everything.
Got to pay that car payment, man. You got to do what you got to do. Maybe that's it. Who knows?
Well, there was a recent thing where he was spotted buying bags and boards from a local comic book shop. So who knows?
Yeah. Really? Is that true? He was really doing that? Oh, weird.
Yeah. Yeah. He knew a guy who knew a guy, and he was able to, right before everything shut down, he's basically disappeared since he was let go from DC.
Yeah.
But he was seen pulling up his car to the back of a comic book shop one day when they were announced that they had to close, loading up bags and boards so he could do something during the break.
Wow. That's amazing. Well, all right then. There's that story. By the way, that's Sotheby's.com has this listed. You can go learn all about it. Not that any of you listening or us will be bidding on this, but it'd be fun to follow it.
Somebody out there, somebody listening to this,
somebody wants it, yeah.
Probably might want to call up Sotheby's and see about purchasing it.
Sure.
Sotheby's continues to work even through the coronavirus shutdown, and they do have a direct contact if you want to call up and make a bid or make an offer. But I guarantee you that when you have Action Comics number 1, 3.2 million, and Detective Comics 27 at 1.07 million, that you better have about 10 million in your pocket before you even pick up the phone. And if you've got 10 million in pocket, why not gift a sub right here on the morning stream Twitch channel?
Yeah, that's right.
These guys could use a few bucks.
Look, I've got $10 in my wallet. I have $10. Do you think that bidding will start at 10 because I have $10? Oh, no.
It'll start at 10.
If you have 10 million in your wallet or in your pants pocket, how are you sitting down?
Well, it's a George Costanza problem. You just kind of go.
Yes, exactly.
I love that episode. All right. Well done. It's always good to have you here, Steven. I hope things are going okay on your end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything is good. Hey, look, if people are looking for new comics, there are publishers that are putting out comics digitally during this time. Action Lab Entertainment has a bunch of comics coming out this week. Vault Comics has coming out this week. So if you go over to Comixology, you can go check out what they have. Marvel Unlimited has announced a selection of free comics for people to go and read. You don't even have to be a subscriber to the service. You just go over to the Marvel Unlimited app or the website, and you can get like the Dark Phoenix saga and a bunch of other stuff. And from now until May 4th, you can read a bunch of free comics over there.
That's pretty cool. Although, by the way, did you hear, I guess Mixer, which is the Microsoft Twitch competitor, they gave everybody who has at least streamed once on their platform, they all got $100.
Nice.
Just for, being there. Yeah. I'm not there. I'm contractually, I can't be there, but because I'm a partner over here. But I thought that was a pretty cool thing. I wonder if
the more reason for people to use their Amazon Prime accounts to take $5 out of Jeff Bezos's pocket and give it right to the morning stream.
You know what they ought to do? They ought to walk up to Bezos and just punch him in the wallet, and whatever change falls out, we'll just pay off the national debt with it. It's fine.
He probably doesn't carry cash.
I doubt it.
He has a black Amex card, and that is what takes care of everything.
I remember
he's got $10 million in his pockets.
Yeah, or his pockets are worth $10 million.
Comixology is owned by Amazon, so.
Yeah. Ooh. I don't know what that means. All right.
There's a connection there. He might be interested in those comics.
He might be. Oh, yeah. I didn't think of that.
Call back. Yeah.
Yeah, not bad. All right. Stephen, have a fantastic week. Do you have any advice for us before we go?
Wash your hands and stay hydrated.
Excellent.
Good advice.
All right. Are we doing Daryl today? I don't even know.
He messaged, and what did he say? He says he's not sure how his audio is going to be today, but
does he have things to say? That's my main hope. If he's got some content, would be.
Yeah, let me pull him back. Here we go. No idea if my audio will be good today or not. Oh yeah, he does have information or stuff about.
Yes. Here we go. Okay, well then let's give him a call. That's all I need.
Yeah.
Content. All right. Daryl Skeels. Let's see. Trek Nerd. Here he comes. We'll add him to the call. We haven't done a test. No. I hear myself again. Hello.
Little echoey, but it's
pretty bad. It's
pretty
bad. It's all very echoey. Hello.
That sounds good to me, but that doesn't do you guys any
Yeah, you have headphones on, right?
Yep.
Yeah, it's looping back to us.
Yeah, go into your Discord settings and turn on
Welcome to our weekly
echo cancellation.
Okay.
I don't know if that's gonna work. I don't think it's Discord. I don't think it's Discord echo.
Check.
It sounds different to me. Sounds like a loopy.
They're all gonna laugh at you. They're all gonna laugh at you. They're all gonna laugh at you.
What other echo things can we do?
Today, I feel like the luckiest man on the face of the earth.
I can do Hitler.
Gone?
Right,
It's gone.
Oh, to go away?
I think it's gone.
Oh,
Yeah,
sure.
it's
Do it
gone.
right when I lose my freaking when I'm doing Hitler.
I can turn it back on.
No. Leave it off.
No,
It's good.
No.
We'll take this for what it is. All right. Well done. What'd you do there? How'd you do that?
Echo cancellation.
Oh, Brian was right. Good job, Brian.
Oh, maybe I know something.
Yeah, man, you're totally
That's the
right.
one thing I've gotten right today. So take my Discord advice. Don't take my COVID-19 advice.
That seems
is what we've learned today.
safe bet. All right. Hey, Daryl, it's Trek Nerd time. Oh, wait, I got to play this.
Hello, and welcome to Star Trek Adventure.
It's kind of fruity, isn't it?
Sorry, I can't believe I was doing a Hitler and there was no echo. All right. Daryl is the Trek Nerd, comes on the show on Mondays. We talked a little bit about Trek news and things going around the Trek world. Picard is over, but that doesn't mean Trek is over. There's plenty of Trek still left in our lives. Daryl, why don't you share with us some of these things? For example, Jeff Russo is writing the scores for the next 5 episodes of Discovery Season 3 at home. Is that even possible?
Oh, yeah. If you're a talented a music writer, I guess it's more than possible.
Is that what they're called? Music writers?
Music writer.
I don't know. Composer.
There you go. If you're a talented music composer, turns out you can write from home.
Beethoven, what a great music writer he is.
No, that's good. That means I assume did they finish principal filming or are they still?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so
right
now
before everything went to hell, they finished.
Okay, so this isn't like Fargo or whatever where they had to stop production. They in theory could do a lot of the editing, post production work, music like you said, and other stuff remotely.
They're doing that now.
Is it anything delayed as a result, or is it all on time?
It is delayed, but
Okay.
they haven't said by how much.
All right, so we don't know how long it'll be. Well, that's cool. So no orchestra.
Kind of need an orchestra to do the music.
Well, do you though anymore? Like I know, I realize it makes a difference because it does, but they could get by if they had to, digitally. I mean,
Sure, make it all a cappella.
I'm in.
Dun dun dun.
What if it's just that guy doing that at home?
Yeah, maybe better. Yeah, have him do that, Jeff Russo.
All right, forget about this guy. We know how the music should go. It should be a cappella, people grunting in a studio. It's a great idea.
You should get a cough switch.
Oh yeah, why not? I have one right here.
Sing that for
Look,
like
I have it right
10
here. I have one. See, see, but I didn't cough. I cleared my throat. That's different.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
you don't have a clear your throat switch. Jeez.
Yeah, I don't have that. Who has that? Nobody has that. Also, Patrick Stewart confirmed no pandemic storyline for Picard season 2. Was there rumors or something?
I guess people were talking about it and speculating that that's what it was going to be. But I'm glad he said, no, we're not doing that.
Yeah. I mean,
do we want that in any of our fiction? Like, is there a show that we watch right now that we want a pandemic storyline? Like, what
I think
happened?
we want to escape all this as much.
I think so too. Like Modern Family during the pandemic.
Well, that ends this year, right? Isn't that almost over?
It ends this week. The final episode is Wednesday.
Oh my gosh, that's sooner
Yeah.
than I thought. Yeah, I'm trying to think if there's a show that could do it and get away.
The
with it.
Walking Dead. I think we might actually have that. Yeah.
Maybe a little late for that. Is that new Walking Dead spin-off limited series thing done? Because maybe that deals with it because it starts at the beginning.
Fear the Walking Dead.
No, the
That
other
still
one.
takes place.
No, the other one. It's what's it called?
It's one that's got kids, right? It's
Yeah,
like
it's teenagers.
Lord of the Flies Walking Dead or
Yeah.
whatever it's called. Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot the name, but I think that's almost done or close to being ready.
I have no idea. I've been seeing ads for it, but since I'm not watching any AMC stuff, then I'm not.
Wabbit Magic says postponed, but I wonder
Okay.
why. Could be a production reason. Could be they think it's too soon for a pandemic discussion. I don't know.
I don't know.
I mean, in the case of Walking Dead, it was never. The concept isn't
Everything took
pandemic
place,
anyway, right?
Yeah, so far after all that.
Right, but the cause was never like a disease. It was just people who died came back to life, right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
That'd be easier to deal with, I think. They make it seem like it wouldn't be, but I think it would actually be easier because you would already... Okay, so let's look at it this way. People die every day in the country just of natural causes, right? So grandma is 95 and she
Right.
passes away. If she suddenly started going, brrr, then you just end it and you realize, okay, well, that's what's going on now. So when we're done, when somebody passes away now, everybody, we just have a cool looking medical device you put on their head and it jabs their brain and they're out. I don't think it would ever get past. I don't think it would get so bad. Do you know what I mean? Like, why do they have to all be walking around?
We'd just be like, stay at home, poke your relatives in the brain if they start coming back to life, and
that's all I'm saying. Just if you die, you get them in the head, you're done. All right, Daryl. Let's see what else. So that's it,
took
really.
a turn.
Yeah,
Too soon, Scott. Too
a
soon.
little too soon, I guess.
Go back to Hitler impersonations.
Yeah, I'll do more Hitler on the show. Hey, so what's the deal? Anything else? Sorry, what else is going on? Anything else going on? I did want to ask you, Jeff Russo. Who should we know him from? Is he the guy that just has done all the Trek music, or is he a big deal?
He also did the music for Legion. Worked with Noah Hawley on that, and the amazing stuff. Like there's a whole 2 or 3 albums of Legion soundtrack that are fantastic. One of them being all covers, and it is awesome stuff.
Oh yeah, look at that. He has a band called Tonic. Have you heard of them? Tonic.
Oh, he's in Tonic, really?
He's the founder of Tonic. It says. Yeah, it says
right
here.
You know Tonic.
Tonic does the albums Lemon Parade, Live and Enhanced, Sugar, Lemon Parade Revisited, A Casual Affair. I don't know. I don't know any songs off the top of my head.
Yeah, I bet you do. Let me really quickly, because I know I've even got some. I did not realize Jeff Russo was in Tonic. If you could only see the way she loves me, baby, you'll understand. You know that one, right? I don't have to go any further than that, do I?
Totally know that song. Yeah.
Okay, good.
Okay, so 90s grungy guy, alternative
90s
guy.
grungy guy, yes.
And then, okay, I'm looking here. Okay, so he did all of Fargo, all of, you mentioned the other one. Not Fargo, the other Noah Hawley thing. What's it called? The superhero one. What's it called?
The which one?
The other
Legion?
Legion. You mentioned Legion. Yeah. He did Fargo, which is amazing. Amazing soundtrack.
Umbrella Academy.
Yeah, Umbrella Academy. Boy, he's a busy boy.
He is a busy boy.
Altered Carbon.
And he's married to Nina Gordon of Veruca Salt.
Oh, that's very cool. Oh, and he did the Star Trek Picard music. That's good to know because I actually think that's the best of the bunch. It's really good.
It is really good, yeah. And it's got enough of a little nod. Daryl, it's got a little nod to the Inner Light flute thing, right? That Picard plays, yeah.
Yep.
Oh, he also did music for What Remains of Edith Finch, a kind of a weird video game from 2017. And then his song, he's got some music included in Madden NFL 18.
Really?
Yeah.
In talks with Noah Hawley, who was going to supposedly do the next Trek movie.
Yeah. Is that still
that he might do the music also, but that's just in talks kind of thing.
Is that a rumory deal? Okay.
It seems like it'd probably be a given, right? I mean, doesn't Fincher pretty much always work with Reznor now on stuff?
Oh yeah, they kind of do have a thing now, right? Like
Yeah,
I
so
like
it's
that.
like
Those
that's his-
collaborations
Yeah, I
are
do
fun.
too.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I think that's good. Music and
'Cause
directors.
then you start knowing what stings to put in the your screenplay that are gonna work well with the musician that you work well with.
Yeah. Plus, you got here's some famous ones. You got your Spielberg and your John Williams collaborations. Probably the most famous and most I don't know, the most hardcore.
That's a good example.
You got Reznor Fincher. You got this dude and Hawley, who will go on to be one of the great creators. I think Noah Hawley is just getting started.
I think so too.
So
Yeah.
good, so good.
Are there Daryl? Is there any Trek stuff that we've been kind of watching that is wrapped up and ready to go that won't be affected by the pandemic, slowed down by the pandemic, or is basically everything on hold?
Well, it's not on hold. It's just moving slowly.
Okay.
The animated stuff, they can do their animation. I think they're done recording voices for the adult animated one.
Oh, good. Well, then it's just down to a warehouse full of underage Korean children to get it out.
Tweeners?
Yeah, tweeners in Korea to pound out that animation that don't get paid enough. Yeah, that'll be fine.
Right.
No, that's probably true. That probably is further along.
That's right.
Plus, you can do a lot of that stuff and keep people fairly isolated.
I should probably clarify too that that's not that's the term for animators who do the frames that go in between the keyframes, tweeners. That has nothing to do with any sort of nationality or where they're located or anything like that. Those are tweeners.
Yeah. Well, I always thought tweeners were kids that were between teenage 12 and 13, or what is it?
The tweens, just tweens.
Oh, they're not called tweeners. I thought that was what you meant, was that they were young tweeners.
Is that
not tweakers. No. I hope they're not tweakers. That would be bad.
Corn tweeners.
Anyway, Tim Burton, Danny Elfman, another good combo.
Oh, great. Yeah, that's a great combo right there.
Yeah. I like that. Noah, he works with a lot of people, but I can't think of his name. Christopher Nolan and Hans Zimmer. Those two are always doing movie or stuff together.
Yeah, that's good.
Anyway, Daryl, I think that's everything. You got any other Star Trek stuff you want to say? Yeah. You want anything else you want to tell us before we go?
Just this.
Oh my Lord, that was it? Oh wow. Okay, bye.
I don't know where you weren't prepared. You are not prepared for the
I was clearly not prepared. All right, Brian now brings us to the end.
Okay.
We do have. I'm actually gonna save this email for tomorrow. We have a mashup today, and I'm gonna play it for you now. Okay.
Okay. Please do.
It'll be now and not later that I play this, and it's a mashup.
I'd much rather hear it than have to imagine what it sounds like.
I mean, you're not wrong, and I agree with you 100%.
Yeah.
And so here it is. This is the Monday mashup from our good friend Jamie. He put this together. It is called Whoops, my page just went away. Cheese in the Lid. Cheese in the Lid. Here it is. 'Cause I'm thirsty, feeling bad against Sunday.
Yes.
Hey, wait.
Okay, well, damn it. Okay.
I don't know what I am doing. I don't know how this works. Donald, come here. I don't know how it works. There goes my hero. Watch him as he ghosts.
Ghosts. Oh, there you go. There goes my hero.
Yeah.
Nicely done. Ooh, guacamole today? Sounds good.
Yeah. Put her toe in there.
Your skin's crawling right now, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Yeah, but did we want them milking us, pulling on our teats every day?
I do.
Making money off what comes out of our teats?
Okay with. Oh, I see what you're saying. Making money off of that. No.
Yeah, they're just using our teats.
But all the rest of that, I'm kind of fine with. Whatever.
The active teat milking, Brian is
Active
100%
teat
cool with. The rest
No,
of her like.
Worf. Click on the Zoom link. I sent you a link, Worf.
I sent you my video. Thanks, Worf.
I see a camera icon, but it's got a slash through it. Skype is without honor.
I am wearing pants, but the zipper's down and my wiener is out. So I keep my wiener out all the time. The wiener is out. And I pulled a groin muscle, so that's good. Got that going for me, which is nice.
I do that 2 or 3 times a day just for the fun of it.
Just yanking it, yeah.
Just for pulling a groin muscle.
No Greedo going mundingus or whatever he says. is. What is it?
What is it? It's
Mundingo or Bungholio.
McClunky.
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 Dr.
So you have to wear these magnetic gloves and the forces push your hands away because you've got a magnet.
It's basically it.
How will I restock my balls?
Yeah.
Eating the box with all the pizza cheese in the lid.
Now, what does that sound like slowed down? Jamie, will you
Oh,
grab,
yeah. No. Don't.
grab that little bit we just did and then just slow that down? I want to hear what that Inception sounds like.
Unrecognizable is what that's going to be.
Oh, no.
The box with all the pizza cheese in the lid.
I kept thinking, is he going to do it? Is he going to do it? And then he did it.
And then he did it.
Yeah.
I thought we were going to get away with it. It sounded like he was going to let it pass, and he didn't let it pass.
Nope, he didn't let it pass. That was great. Well done, Jamie. As always, a reminder that you are listening to this nonsense because of you. That's right. Your support and patronage at patreon.com/TMS. All the details are there. Or go to frogpants.com/TMS and you'll find all the appropriate links and anything else you're looking for. All right. That's it for the show today. We'll be back tomorrow with a whole new show. Don't know what we're talking about with Bill or Jury, but I'm sure it'll be great. So come back for that. And if you didn't wish Bill a birthday a couple days ago, happy birthday, you should go do it on Twitter now, everybody.
We can do it tomorrow, or we can do it on Twitter now. Yeah. Or we can just do it live tomorrow.
We'll do it live. All right.
Do it live.
That's going to do it for us. Brian, do you have a song to play?
I have a song in my heart and a request to play. Rob Dearlove said, hi guys, short and sweet request here. If Brian could play any Britpop cover, that would be perfect. I'm a big Oasis fan from the UK, and the way things are going here at the moment, I kind of wish we were back in the 90s. Keep washing those hands. Signed, Rob. Thanks, Rob. And man, we are all in this together. Somebody messaged me on Discord saying, hey, thanks for keeping us sane during the coronavirus stuff, and it goes both ways. This stuff keeps Scott and me sane, in quotes, as sane as we could possibly be during all this. So it's not just one way. It's all of us doing this together. So that's the deal. A Britpop cover, a cover of Oasis, Blur, Pulp, etc. is what his request is specifically, and I'm a big fan of that whole genre of music. I love Oasis.